Hey everyone, Dylan here, and welcome back to the channel. So, let me explain real quick. If you want to skip this, skip like maybe a minute in, and we'll actually get to the review. I'll say the same thing I always say. Sorry I've been late. I just really haven't felt like watching wrestling or uploading a review. Theoretically, I'm recording this Wednesday night, so hopefully this goes up. Wednesday morning. It's like 3 in the morning. So hopefully this goes up before Dynamite tomorrow, but who knows? Maybe this will be after Dynamite. So here's the theoretical schedule, right? So every event I've missed out on, I think there's like 7 or 8. I don't know. I didn't keep track. Let's call it 8, counting Dynamite tonight, because I think that's correct. All of them will be uploaded in the span of whenever this video comes out. No matter what I said in the previous videos, yeah, that's basically it. All the things I missed are going to be uploaded. I'll have a review for Wednesday Night Dynamite coming up on Thursday, hopefully, or maybe it's already out. Hey, who knows? If it's already out, then I got Rampage and SmackDown Friday, if you want to tune in for that. Maybe I got a news brief, depending on how caught up I am. Anyway, enough plugging. Let's get into Raw for January 17th. And by the way, happy Martin Luther King Jr. Day. Raw starts with an opener, and they welcome us to Tulsa, Oklahoma. And we immediately have a Becky Lynch promo as they plug for the show. They then show a replay of what happened last week between the challengers, basically, and she talks about how packed the roster is now with people from the past and present coming on Raw, apparently, even though Lita's on SmackDown, but whatever. And she's basically talking about how she's made everyone she's gone against into stars, and that Doudrop won't become champion as long as she's in this business. Blah, 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 heel heat. Then Doudrop comes out, and she says basically she's earned the title match and that she deserves her spot. Then Bianca Belair comes out. The crowd's really hot for Bianca, which I'm so glad, because I can get behind it. Yeah, that's fair. She runs down the other women, declares she's officially entering the Rumble, and then she's going to go after Becky, and normal, I'm going to win the Rumble, blah, blah, blah thing. Then Liv comes out, enters herself in the Rumble, and basically she keeps on talking until Doudrop cuts her off and just says, "Hey ref, come on out." And then as the ref's coming out, Becky shoves the faces, because it's a tag team match, by the way, with Doudrop and Becky versus Liv and Bianca. She shoves the faces and then hides behind Doudrop as we go to a break. We come back, and my computer apparently sounds like it wants to freaking explode. Me too. And we see Alpha Academy getting ready for Otiz's graduation speech. And then we get into the match. It ends with Doudrop. Okay, so Becky does the back bottom, I think that's what they call it. The rock bottom knockoff thing. And then, as she's going for the pin, Doudrop shoves her off and takes the pin. And then gives her a bonsai drop. I don't know what they call it nowadays, but that's what I've always known it as. We go backstage, and Reggie and Dana are talking to Edge and Beth just about Reggie's match coming up against Moss. Then they talk to Priest, and then they mention that Edge won from the number 1 spot, which, by the way, I did not remember that, and that was last year's Rumble. Anyways, they catch up for a bit until Beth receives a letter from Reese come out there just by herself, which, wow, that's not suspicious, and both of them call it out, so they're both going to go to the ring for that later on tonight. Anyways, Kevin Owens comes out and then basically he comes to the segment's still going on, and begs Priest basically not to turn into evil Damien. Sorry, still so fucking stupid. Then he goes to the ring for a Kevin Owens show after the break. They come back, and he has Seth Rollins on it. They have a recap from last Friday, how Seth's the number 1 contender for the Universal Championship. And then Seth basically says, he's going to win the title, he's going to stay on Raw, and he's going to bring the title with him. Seth and Kevin's act like they're, best of friends and blah, blah, blah. So you know how this is going to go if he wins it, which I don't think he will. Anyways, Kevin then says he's going to enter the Rumble, and then when he wins, he's going to challenge Seth, which Seth at first is skeptical to, But then eventually he's like, all right, I accept. Then Priest comes out, says they're both crazy, and starts the match with Owens. And yada, 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 sing, sing, sing. Kevin Owens ends up winning off of a stunner after he pretends to be injured. They then show a replay of last week where Alpha Academy won the tag team championships, and then Alpha Academy come out in their caps and gowns to get ready for a graduation speech. Oh, before we get into that, they cut to commercial, and then they came back, and Nikki ASH is talking crap about last week, how she turned on Rhea. Then we get a promo of her saying how she's better than Rhea, and Rhea sucked as a friend, blah, blah, blah. Then we have Alpha Academy's graduation promo, and it was entertaining. RK Bro comes out, and Riddle is dressed up wearing a gown, but it's like a thrown together gown. And he said he's got his own graduation speech. He keeps at his normal Riddle stick, which makes them mad. And Otis eventually goes out of the ring and tries to go towards him, but then Randy Orton comes out of nowhere and goes into the ring and RKO's Gable, which causes Otis to turn his attention back around. He tries to go in the ring, but Riddle gets a sneak attack on him. Oh, and they challenged him to a rematch, but Alpha Academy accepted it only if they were willing to do an intelligence quiz, whatever that. Then we have a replay of Finn getting beaten up by Austin from like maybe a month ago. Oh, sorry, Austin Theory. And then Austin goes to the back to talk to Mr. McMahon. And Mr. McMahon says if he doesn't defeat Finn, then he will beat him up himself and send the brutal image to his mom. And he goes into great detail, but I don't feel comfortable saying some of this stuff. Ignore that. That was just my microphone stand being weird. Then get another recap of what happened with Nikki ASH and Rhea. And then Rhea gets asked about it. And she's just mad that Nikki doesn't want to talk to her, basically. And they have a match against each other. But during the match, the tag team champions are at ringside. But the match doesn't start because it gets called off after Nikki ASH beats up Rhea. Then they show a promo of something that happened between Reggie and Otiz last week, apparently, that Dylan did not write down to his notes. Just a spoiler whenever that video comes out. Who knows? Maybe it's already out. But anyway, I forgot to include that because I guess I didn't see it. Skimming through the show, you miss some things every now and then. Then we have a promo with Reggie and Dana about how Reggie's oh, I can't do this, and Dana's hyping him up. And he's yeah, I still can't do this. And then he goes to his match where Otiz kills the whole 24-7 division except for the females and Reggie, basically. And then we get a promo advertising last week with the Edges and the Misses. And then Maurice comes out and asks Beth to come out. After her and Edge come out, she begs her to call off the battle, basically. And Beth says she's not going to do anything. She's not going to do no such thing because she wants to kick her ass. And they get into it. But when Beth gets into the ring, Miz comes out and jumps Edge. So they're fighting it. And as Beth's distracted by that, Maurice pulls out a brick and hits her pulls out her purse, which has a brick in it, and hits her in the back with it. Then we get a transition to backstage where the Street Profits and the Mysterios are casually talking about, we're going to win it. No, we're going to win it. But with all four of them saying it one at a time, basically. And they're even if I got to eliminate my partner, I'll do it. It was kind of irritating. But anyway, they do that, and then they have a tag team match together. Hold on, Dylan lost his place in his notes. And then we have an 8v8 with the Street Profits and the Mysterios against the team of Dolph Ziggler and Robert Roode and Apollo and Commander Aziz. I think that was his name. I don't remember him because such a jobber anymore. I don't remember. So yeah, in case it wasn't obvious, the Mysterios and Street Profits win this one. After the match, the Mysterios throw the Street Profits over the top, and Ray throws Dom over the top. And during this whole thing, all the babyfaces are just oh, you, instead of getting mad at it, basically. So freaking stupid. Then we get a pre-made video package on Lashley. It was on the WWE podcast of him talking about Brock, and you can tell how excited Lashley is to finally get this match. Anyways, we get an old school style pre-made package for each one of the fighters. Then Miz and Maurice, after that's played, are seen leaving after a stupid replay of their attack. And then it said that next week, Miz is going to give her a birthday party, basically, in the ring. So you know what that means. Then we go to a pre-made package basically saying Alexa Bliss is insane, ooh woo. Then we have Lashley come out to ring to fight Seth, which ends when the Hurt Business starts attacking Lashley, but Lashley attacks him back and gets the upper advantage. And in the midst of all this, the Usos come out and finally take out Seth Rollins when he's not paying attention. And that's how we fade to black and end the show. You know, not a terribly bad show. I think they got one more week of Monday Night Raws before the Royal Rumble. I had to think of what pay-per-view we were on. That's how bad it is. But yeah, not terrible. I'm just really ready to watch AEW again. Like I said, right now, when it comes to pay-per-views and etc. Sorry, when it comes to shows on here and etc. I'm playing a little game of Catch Me Up, but so far, just give me a little behind the scenes as we're talking right now. So not when I upload this, but as I'm editing this, I've done all except for 4 of the Catch Me Ups voiced over. So I'm ready. Hopefully they'll be uploaded within the next week. Yeah. I'll see you later on today for Dynamite. Or, hey, Dynamite was exciting, wasn't it? I liked when insert thing here happened. Anyway, I'll see you then. And if this is in the future, I'll see you Friday for Rampage and SmackDown. Well, I guess Friday going into Saturday. So Saturday, theoretically. Or, hey, maybe I got a news episode coming up. Anyway, I got something. So, bye. I'll see you then.